Hey guys, let's study surds. Let's start off with multiplying roots. I'd like to begin with the general formula for solving multiplying surds. So whenever given an example like root multiplied by a certain number multiplied by root of a different number, the result would be root x multiplied by y, which is basically the two numbers multiplied within the two roots. And we can further simplify it. And I'll teach you that soon. Let's get to a real example. Root 20 multiplied by root 5. That equals to root 20 times 5. And that is root 100. And do you know what root 100 is? That's basically 10. Whenever we have a root, always remember there's an imaginary 2 there. That means 10 squared is 100. Root means what number multiplies by itself to get this value inside the root. So if in this instance, we have 10 as a result, because root 100 is equal to 10. Let me move on to a different example. Let's take root 5 times root 8. Root 5 times root 8 is root 40. Now, 40 is not a square number. There is no perfect number in mathematics that times by itself to get the value of 40. So therefore, we can simplify it. So to simplify it, we have to get the highest squared number value times by any other value. So in this case, let's list out the squared numbers. So we have 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, and onwards. So in this case, it looks like 4 looks as a good match. Yeah, so let's say 4 times 10. So that does work. So root 4 times 10. This could be transferred to 2 root 10. I'll tell you why. With this, root 4 is simply 2. So since the root is cancelled and we've got the value of root 4, we're eligible to push this outside. We're eligible to push this outside the root and create it to its simplest form, to 2 root 10. Alright, now let's go for one more last example. Root 6 times, maybe, let's say, I have a good idea. So let's root 6 times root 8. This would give us root 6 times 8. So then we get root 48. Now is 48 a square number? Well, not. 48 is not a square number, so we would be expecting a simplified root or a decimal number in simplest forms. So in this case, we have to find the highest square numbers that I can multiply with a different number to get a value of 48. So it looks like we have 16. So 16 multiplied by 3 gives us 48. Wow, so that gives us a hint. Root 16 is a perfect square model. So with this, we can return root 16. So root 16 is simply the value of 4. So we're eligible to push 4 outside the root and create our simplest form of root. So that's 4 root 3. So now we have 4 root 3. This is our utmost simplified root form.